Welcome back. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Super excited. Today I am going to talk about the 5 pockets of Caroline County. I get asked all the time, where in the world is Caroline County, Virginia? Well, here we go. And P.S. I do not claim to be a good singer. Caroline County is located along the I-95 corridor in Central Virginia. It's literally on the line of Central Virginia to the coastal plain. So we live in a pretty nice little sweet spot. It is between Richmond and Fredericksburg, Virginia. We are about an hour and a half on good traffic days, an hour and a half south of Washington, D.C. Now, a lot of people will relocate here that are military. So when it's PCS season, we will have people come for Fort Walker, Fort Lee, Quantico, Fort Belvoir. We also have the FBI headquarters near Quantico. So all of that kind of runs alongside of I-95. A lot of people think that Caroline County is a little bit more affordable to live in because our property taxes are a little bit more affordable compared to our sister counties. So definitely make sure that you check that out. But today we're going to go over the 5 main areas of Caroline County. I'm calling them pockets. I made that up. Could be a true term, could not. I don't know. Also, just so you know, when I first started this video a few minutes ago, I actually forgot to push the record button. So I had some really great things to say, and now they are gone, deleted, whatever, because they weren't deleted because I never did them. Next. All right. So the 5 pockets of Caroline County. This is going to be in the Central Virginia area, and it's a very affordable place to live. So number 1, we have the seat. Center of the county, Bowling Green, Virginia. This is where you're going to find your cute main street where everybody knows your name. You're going to have your little lunch spots, your ice cream spot, courthouse lawn where we have concerts on Friday nights in the summertime, although the past 2 weeks have been canceled or rescheduled. But anyway, this Friday, we are expected to have one. This is also where you find your farmers market on the east side of the county. And can't forget about Dainty Chic, a roadside stand off of Chase Street in Bowling Green, where she hosts ladies' nights out. She hosts various markets throughout the whole year and does pumpkins, flowers, the whole 9 yards, a Christmas theme, lots of cute shops to visit in Bowling Green. So if you had the idea of a Hallmark town, Bowling Green is going to be the place for you. And there's a brand new neighborhood building houses right now. So definitely something to check out. The number 2 pocket that is up next is Port Royal, Virginia. And a lot of you may have learned about Port Royal, Virginia when you were in elementary school, high school, learning about the history around the time of Abraham Lincoln. John Wilkes Booth was actually, he took the Potomac River to the Rappahannock River, and then the Rappahannock River runs alongside of Port Royal, and that is how he escaped from D.C. all the way down to Caroline County. Port Royal is right on the river, and it has a bridge that takes you over to King George County. That river has a great restaurant on it called Randolph's, one of my favorite places that I love to go to, by the way. Their homemade crab dip with homemade pork rinds, the best. Anyway, Port Royal has several antique shops that are a must, especially if you love antiques. It is also a bypass area for people who are heading back to Maryland, because that's kind of like the back way to Maryland or that upper area of DC. So it is a nice little route to take. It's a beautiful route. It takes you right through Fort Walker. But Port Royal is one of our pockets. It's probably one of the furthest areas in Caroline County, but the commute to Fredericksburg or Dahlgren, which I forgot to mention earlier, but Dahlgren is right up 301. So if you are commuting this area, Caroline County would be a great commute route for you, as well as affordable. So now we're going to take Port Royal and just kind of shimmy on down a little bit through Bowling Green, but we're going to go into the Woodford area. Woodford is very rural, very demure. It is a very nice little quaint area to live. It actually spans from like Route 2 area all the way to the Route 1 area. So there's kind of like this nice little square of what we would consider Woodford. So it's not within Bowling Green. It is right outside of Bowling Green town limits. You'll find a lot of farms there. The Stonewall Jackson Shrine. So if you know anything about Stonewall Jackson, he had a house that was right on the railroad tracks. And so that will be in the Woodford area as well. Those railroad tracks run obviously from Richmond to DC, Fredericksburg to DC, that kind of thing. So Woodford, Virginia is another pocket that you'll hear people talking about. So you will find not any kind of established neighborhoods per se, like with HOAs, but you will find homes that are on like acreage, 1 to infinity acres, to be honest with you. So that is where you will find like your non-neighborhood living as well. So definitely something to check out because it is also an easy commute. You can take Route 1 north, Route 1 south, Route 2 north, Route 2 south. So you can pretty much get anywhere from Caroline County, no matter what spot you're in. So something to consider. Next up is what we call Ladysmith, Virginia. Ladysmith, Virginia is where a lot of people who commute to north, like government contractors or just anybody who works for the government or has to work north, you're going to find a lot of them in the Ladysmith area because Ladysmith is literally right off of I-95 and Route 1 runs right through that. So you have 2 escape routes out of Caroline County when you live in the Ladysmith area. It's a little bit easier to escape from. But Ladysmith is going to have, let's see, we have Ladysmith Village as an established neighborhood there. Look, I love that. So Ladysmith Village, we have Bridlewood, we have Lake Landor Heritage Side, Lake Landor side, and I'll discuss that in a future video. We have Lake Caroline. So all of those are going to be HOAs, but you have amazing amenities when it comes to that. So if you are looking for a lifestyle where you can lay out on the beach of the lake or go boating on the lake or kayaking or anything like that, you're going to have so many little areas, little neighborhoods that you are going to have these accessible amenities to. Not only that, they are gated communities, except Ladysmith Village and Bridlewood, they are not gated communities, but you have lots of options when it comes to being on the Ladysmith side. So definitely, also Pendleton. Yeah. So instead of talking about just the neighborhoods on the Ladysmith side, you're probably going to want to know what is there to do on the Ladysmith side. And I'm going to dive right into this in a different video, but I'm just going to hit a few touch points. So of course you have your grocery store. You have several places to eat, including New Beginnings, Giuseppe's, Timbers. You have an ice cream shop, Nina's Ice Cream Shop. It's actually called Nina's Sweet Treats. You have a storage facility over there. So if you're waiting to get into your house or something like that, there's a storage facility and it is climate controlled if I am not mistaken. And then they have, your Wawa. No, not yet. It's under construction. You have your Sheets. So if you're team Sheets or team Wawa, let me know in the comments. I'm team Wawa. My husband's team Sheets. But anyway, so you do have lots of things to do. There's also a few thrift stores over there and antique shops, a farmer's market on Thursdays. So you definitely still get that small town living when you're on the Ladysmith side, like you would in the Bowling Green side, except there's just not very many walkable places unless you're in your neighborhood. So both areas have their pros and cons. If you need an amenity-filled neighborhood, then the Ladysmith side is definitely going to be great. And there's a golf course community, Pendleton, which I was just talking about. So definitely checking that out. Those are new construction homes over there. Richmond American Homes and Ryan Homes. And that definitely is going to wrap up Lady. Now let's drive from Ladysmith and we're going to go down to what we call the Carmel Church area. Carmel Church is a little pocket and it is part of the Ruther Glen zip code. I also forgot to mention, Ladysmith is also part of the Ruther Glen zip code. Ladysmith is not an established town or township. I think at one time they did want to, but it is actually part of the Ruther Glen zip code. So you have to know where you want to be. Anyway, back down to Carmel Church. We're going to head down to Carmel Church. One of my favorite places is Mi Jalisco. That is like a hot spot for Mexican food. especially if you live on the west side of this county, you are definitely going to want to try to check out Mi Jalisco. You also have a Denny's available, as well as tons of truck stops. This is where you're going to find the cheapest gas. You also will find a lot of traffic with semi trucks because this is the truck stop area. There's the Wendy's over there, McDonald's, Arby's. So a lot of your fast food places over there. I'm still waiting for the Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is not there. Still waiting for Chick-fil-A. There's also, like, I guess you could consider this the industrial area because there is a few warehouses over here and more to come. Brand spanking new firehouse as well. So there's a lot to do. Like, there's a lot of convenience in the Carmel Church area as well as being close to 95. Alrighty, so we are going to head out of Carmel Church and go down what we call 207. This is called the 207 bypass. So this bypass is actually going to take you straight into Milford. It also is going to take you back to Bowling Green, all the way up to Fort Walker, over to Port Royal. Anyway, 207 bypass. So definitely important to know that 207 and 301 are kind of the same thing. And once you move here, you're going to understand that a little bit more. If you don't understand that, then let me know. And I'm here to help you, of course. But once we take 207, we're going to pass the high school. We have one high school, one middle school. That is in the Milford area. Milford is super cute and quaint. It is, like older homes in this area and older neighborhoods that are still in great condition. It's not very often that homes go for sale in these areas, but it is definitely something to keep an eye on because you are still super close, literally like sometimes seconds from Bowling Green, and you can still enjoy that Main Street small town feel, of course. And then we're going to slide on down south, down 301, and 301 is taking us back into the Ruther Glen area. This is very country, very rural, lots of acreage out here, and it's also going to take you down to what we call Frog Level. So Frog Level is the tippy south of Caroline County that touches the Hanover County line. It's close to 95, Kings Dominion, and there's not really much to do out here. So there you have it. Pockets of Caroline County. I actually think I added an extra pocket in there, but we have the Frog Level area, which is Ruther Glen, close to Doswell, close to Kings Dominion. Not much to do, but a great spot for Airbnbs because we also have the State Fair of Virginia very close by. So if you are looking for some passive income, this area would probably be something to keep your eye on for some passive income opportunities as well. So anyway, and then we have our Ladysmith area, Ruther Glen area, Carmel Church, Bowling Green, Port Royal. So there's lots of these little pockets, but it feels like such a small community. Everybody loves on each other. Everybody is there for each other. Yes, it might take me, 20 minutes to get over to Ladysmith to see somebody, but that's normal. That is absolutely normal. It's only like 3 streets away, but it takes like 20 minutes to get there. So if you are looking to live in Caroline County, these are the different areas that you can look out for. And if you are ready to learn more about that, just drop me a comment, call me, text me if you are looking to move into this area. Because like I said, it is more affordable to be in this area, especially compared to our sister counties like Spotsylvania County or Hanover County to the south. So definitely something to consider. If you would like to learn a little bit more, then make sure you hit the subscribe button and follow me, Holly.